Hi, I'm Julie Leonard, life coach and happiness evangelist. This week on the Happiness Club, we spoke all about how pets affect our happiness, and we had a super conversation about it. As you may know, I'm an absolute cat lover and had a beloved cat called Angel with me for almost 18 years. In fact, on the Happiness Club, it would have been his 18th birthday. Yet sadly, I lost him this year during the pandemic. And yeah, definitely miss him. And definitely had a lot to share within the group, though. He was the first pet I ever had. And I really felt that having him really opened up my heart to giving and receiving much more love in my life. And just experiencing that unconditional love every day was just, it made me less stressed. It made me less anxious. It made me so much happier. I miss his hugs every day and just that unconditional love from him. And that was something that a lot of people spoke about when they spoke about their pets. Um, in a Harris poll in 2015, 95% of owners regard their pets as part of the family. And I definitely feel that, like, I lost a family member this year after so many years. And many people spoke so fondly and also had their pets in the Zoom call on Monday, which was just lovely to see all these beautiful creatures with us, or fur babies, as many of them call them. And yeah, in the Harris poll as well, out of those 95% of people, 50% of them bought birthday and Christmas presents for them. So certainly in the UK, we're a nation of pet lovers with almost 12 million pets in the UK alone. So there's a long affinity between people and animals. And we explored that because there's research around how having a pet in your life affects how you feel, both physically and emotionally. And some of the findings that we have is that people who have pets tend to have lower blood pressure, better heart rate, and less risk of heart disease. Definitely helps lower stress. And I know that when I had Angel, that I would come home from a hard day's work, and the first thing I do would be sit down. He would sit on me, and I would stroke him, and I didn't move because he was sitting on me. And I would just take about half an hour just to relax and unwind from the day. And yeah, a lot of people talked about how they really helped with stress levels. And also, perhaps if you own a dog, then you're more likely to have more exercise and more fresh air. And of course, that helps us feel a lot better. Pets definitely are a great social support and help us feel less lonely and less depressed and less isolated. And many members of the group spoke about how they felt that having their pet really got them through the pandemic and the lockdown periods that we've been in. That constant companionship meant that they didn't feel alone. And when I moved here to Germany from Scotland, of course, I brought Angel with me. And I know that helped tremendously when I was first here. My partner was out at work. I didn't know many people. And I just never felt that I was alone. I always felt I was with him and didn't feel lonely. He definitely helped me readjust to a new life in a different country. The research also shows that they help reduce anxiety and stress and fear, and they really improve our mental health overall. We've seen that with the benefits of pet therapy and the lovely dogs, the companion dogs that go into, say, nursing homes, and the effect that they have. There's definitely loads of amazing research out there that also supports that. There was a fabulous one that I read where they looked at people who were feeling stressed and having high levels of anxiety. And they gave some people a rabbit, and some people a turtle, and some people just a stuffed toy animal. And the people that had just a toy didn't report much change. But the people who had the live creatures, that they reported a significant reduction in their anxiety. And so that research also showed that it didn't matter if it was a soft animal or a hard animal, just being around those creatures really helped. And I also read another one about elderly people feeling depressed, and where they gave them a cage of crickets, like five crickets to look after. And after 8 weeks, people reported not feeling as depressed. So there's something about just taking care of another creature, having other animals in your house, no matter which animals they are, that can really significantly improve our happiness. We've seen it with having fish tanks. Often you maybe be in a doctor's surgery and there's fish tanks there, or in a dental surgery, and they help us just stay calmer and soothe us. And they've put them into homes with people experiencing Alzheimer's, and found that having the fish tanks help them feel less agitated and feel calmer. So there's lots of amazing studies on all animals, from guinea pigs to crickets to turtles. Of course, we know classically having cats and dogs really helps us de-stress and unwind and brings us so much joy. There's incredible therapy with equine therapy and horses, and how in particular they can be very good for children, adolescents with PTSD. So it's definitely tremendous results with pets, and we do know this. And there was lots of anecdotal chat in the group as well. We had a right laugh and lots of funny stories about our animals, lots of loving stories about pets that we used to have, and also our current pets too. And some of the interesting stuff that people said, I wanted to just give you a couple of quotes that I wrote down. But I think people talked a lot about that unconditional love, and how being exposed to unconditional love was so powerful, and opening themselves up to giving and receiving, to be able to give love to someone, I will say someone, um, or to be able to receive that, had a huge impact on their mental health. Someone even said, really, they're lifesavers. That's how big an impact having their, and I believe it was cats, made such an influence on their lives. Someone also said that their physical health had improved, and that they didn't feel as unwell or hadn't got as sick as they had before they had pets. So really seemed to help boost our immune system. We talked about how it helps teach children about compassion and taking care of others, and how it can be really important to have pets when you have children too. Many people talked about how having their companion pet helped them through COVID times. And also, people talked about how they could learn to be much more mindful and more in the moment with their pets. You think about them, you may tend to just focus on them, and we forget about everything else. So I wanted to share that with you today. If you have a pet, then hug them, love them, and enjoy them, and know that they have a positive effect on you. If you don't have a pet currently, think about how you might invite any kind of animal or wildlife into your life. Right now, I'm popping next door to neighbors to see the little kittens that they have and get a little bit of cat love there. When things are all open, I spend a lot of time in a beautiful cat cafe here in Munich. And so I really get that cat love there too. But I also feed the squirrels and the birds on my balcony, and I go into the park and look at nature. You can volunteer. There are many ways to invite animals into your life and therefore improve your happiness. So I really hope you enjoyed it this week, and I had a super time at the Happiness Club. So make sure you join us every Monday evening for the online International Women's Club, and I really look forward to seeing you again.